Welcome to Cheap Jeep Mountain Project. This is my 2010 Jeep Wrangler that I bought for $4,500. As a part of getting it for that price, it was bought as is, meaning I had to tow it to where it is now. Although it doesn't run at the moment, I have a vision for this Jeep. I'm going to take it through 5 stages in order to help accomplish that vision. Because this is a second off-road project, I have a budget of $0, meaning every dollar I spend makes this Jeep less cheap. As any off-road enthusiast knows, these projects are money pits, and we love them for that, and we'll do just about anything to bring our projects to life. One of the things that's most exciting about this project is I finally have a two-door Wrangler. And why the CJ5 behind me? The CJ5, this is my dad's 1980 CJ5, and this was the backbone of what adventure looked like in my mind. You know, from an early age, this was what we did yard work with, this is what we hunted with, this is what we did just family adventures with, and it became this just all-in-one. The idea of a two-door Jeep has never escaped me. There's just something about them that's special. I think it must be the fact that you only get to choose a little bit of gear. You don't get to throw everything in and everybody in. You really have to pick and choose what you're going to take with you. Now, this project does come with its share of challenges right out of the gate. The Jeep doesn't run, and we're going to try taking on some of those first challenges here. There's 2 known issues. One is that the computer has an issue, and 2, the battery doesn't work. And if the battery is having issues, that can kind of be a culprit sometimes. Think about it, these are sensitive computers, and so if you have bad voltage or low voltage coming out of a battery, you very easily can cause some issues in the computer. So we've done a little bit of testing. I first tried to just charge the battery to see if it would take, and the smart charger I have kept saying that it was a bad battery. So I found this other battery, this one that I had laying around, that it's on its last leg. Put a charge on it, it said it was full, put it in here, and it's also a bad battery. It just started dropping. Alright, so while we had the battery hooked up, we came in here and pulled some codes. The first objective was to pull the codes, and then our second objective was to clear the codes once we recorded the ones we had, and then after that, to see which ones stuck around or which ones repopulated. It was an interesting thing because the ABS module had a couple of codes that would not go away. The main control system for the engine also had 2 codes that kept popping up, also 2 computer-based codes. The interesting thing though is after we got the codes to pop up again, we did a reset on the computer. It worked. We were able to establish connection with the computer. It also worked. So it's interesting. Without a full battery, I don't quite feel like we're ready to say the computer's the issue. So I'd like to have a full battery and do some testing on it before, we run out and buy a computer, which is possible, but we're gonna have to make some more money if we're gonna get a computer. With me not being fully convinced that the computer is the actual issue, that leads us here to the battery. So the previous owner explained that the battery was a perfectly good, it was a new battery when the Jeep stopped working, and that pretty much it just sat for long enough that it had gone bad. And it's pretty common for batteries, especially in this climate where it's pretty dry, for batteries to just kind of dry out a little bit and for them to go bad, only because they lost a bunch of water. So even though these batteries are considered non-serviceable, you actually are able to go through and pop these caps off and add water back into these batteries, and lots of times you can bring them back to life. So we went ahead and did that. We hooked up the big power box. It's the one I found laying around. We had to do some extra engineering to connect the cables, and it was actually really promising. Actually, saying 200 in a couple spots. Oh, it's even smoking. When we had all the little caps off, we were getting activity in each cell. After we took the main charging box off, and we tried going to a maintenance charge with the smart charger, we actually lost voltage while we were charging, and so it's just been kind of a losing battle with that. It is what it is, and I don't think the battery is going to come back to life. So as much as we wanted to save it and keep the cost down on this project, we're going to be getting another battery. Yeah, that sucks. But I wasn't going to walk away with all losses. One of the issues that the previous owner told me about that isn't really a big one, but we all hate it when it happens, is the struts right here. They go out, and the previous owner had this stick. This was what he propped the windows open with, and struts aren't that expensive. And so I present to you the one victory in today's video. Eh? I'm gonna take what I can get. Okay. All right, so what's next for the Jeep? So the next thing on our list is, one, we need to get the new battery. Once we get the new battery, one of two things is gonna happen. Either we're gonna hook it up, we're gonna go through, clear out the codes, reset the computers, see if we can actually get the codes with a good battery to go away. If we can do that, that's gonna put us down one track of going through and making sure the Jeep is good to go. If the first track doesn't work, then we go down track 2. Track 2 is not my favorite because computers cost more money than is available right now. So one, I'll be going and finding some extra work and making some extra money, and then 2, we'll be hooking up a new computer, and fingers crossed that's actually what the issue was. These years of Jeeps are especially buggy when they sit for a while. So hopefully track 1, but if we do have to go down the track 2, then we'll go down track 2. But before you all go, I want to leave you with a question. It's just something I've been thinking about. How many times can you use a winch on a trail before it disqualifies you as completing the trail? Is there a low score or a par, and if you get below a certain score? Leave in the comments what your thought is on how many times you can winch on a trail before it disqualifies you from actually completing the trail. One more thing before I let you guys go. I previously made a video about installing cat skin seats onto my Jeep Gladiator, and there's a lot of questions that I've seen that I had questions myself as well. I didn't realize that how I'd gotten the seats or how I'd gotten the skins was a special method. So I've been doing some research, a little bit pertaining to this project, and I've actually come up with some answers, as well as I have a couple other things to go through. So watch for that video coming next, and hopefully the second video of this is coming out soon as well, but we fit it in when we can. Watch for those items coming down the pipe. I really think there's some good information there that I want to share with you guys. Officially, see you later.